Welcome to the Fairy Tales from the Isle of Avalon. This is our learning station and resources. So today's video we're just going to be looking at some of the resources that we have and how they're all organised, and hopefully that'll give other people some ideas about how to organise, and also what sort of resources are out there, and the types of things that can be very useful, particularly for literacy and numeracy. So these resources here are focused on the building blocks of all subjects, which are literacy and numeracy. So let's go have a look at some of these resources in sections. Right, so first over here we have the letter tiles or letter bricks, and they can be used to make words. So they can be put together, so they're very similar to Lego, and they can be put together to make words or even sentences. And of course you can do word families and other different things. And below that we also have numbers. So not only are there the actual numbers themselves, but there's the dots and also the words, which are really important. So we can do things like ordering, and there's also bricks with the operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and the equal sign as well. Right, down below we have resources on decimals, fractions and percentages. Okay, we have magnetic resources as well as cardboard. So they can be used to explore fractions by themselves, decimals by themselves, percentages, or also as a method of comparison between the three ways of writing: fractions, decimals and percentages. And there's also diagrams there which are also very useful. Alright, going up the top we have a number of words here which are divided up into parts of speech: nouns, proper nouns, adjectives and words and verbs. And they can be put together to make sentences. So it's very important that the parts of speech are clearly understood. And then we have puzzle cards, which can also be put together to make sentences. And also they're divided up into verbs, nouns, adjectives, and punctuation marks as well. So there's some basic building blocks of sentences. Okay, then we have some scrambled sentences with pictures that are put together. So once again, introduction to sentence building in a fun way with lots of pictures. Alright, another tool for sentence building are these blocks. Once again divided up into parts of speech, and they just click together to make sentences. So all the parts are coloured coded. For example, the verbs there are yellow, and they have a different colour for each part. Right, down the bottom we have a whole lot of magnetic tiles, and also they're divided up into colours based on the parts of speech. So they're all adjectives, and there's some added words and prepositions. If we go up the top to the next section. Okay, so once again this is part of the same set. So we have our yellow verbs and verb questions, our purple conjunctions. Alright, and going down we have our magnetic letters. So there's lots of different types of magnetic letters that can be used to make words. They can be used to spell. Okay, really good for spelling, also for word families. and they can also be used for sentence building. And right down the bottom here we have our punctuation marks, exclamation, question marks, etc. Okay, and they're all magnetic, so they can go on the whiteboard when we're building sentences. Okay, up the top here we have a whole lot of consonant words that are divided up based on what they start with, so the Q words, R words, T words, etc. So they've got pictures as well that could be used to match them up. Okay, more magnetic letters. Okay, they're magnetic foam letters that can be used also for words and sentences on the whiteboard. Right, and down the bottom here we have sequencing activities. Okay, where cards have to be put in a particular order, and they can be just done as an isolated activity, or they can be used to make sentences, stories, paragraphs, lots of different activities with those. Alright, up here we have our word families, so things like the A word family, and once again there are images or pictures that can be matched to the different parts of each word family. Right, and going down we have our picture cards relating to the alphabet. So you can see we've got N, so nurse, and then we've got our M, milk. So lots of different picture cards for letters of the alphabet. That can be used for introducing the alphabet as well as spelling. Right, and right down the bottom here we have our rhyming rockets that look at different word families, and also to reinforce that phonemic awareness. Alright, next section we've got more magnetic sight words. Okay, divided up alphabetically just so they're easy to find. Okay, they're all magnetic, so they can go on the whiteboard. Also can be used for sentence building, as well as learning sight words themselves. Alright, more maths activities. So these are place value blocks, and they click together. And also we have times table cards, so that's a matching activity. They're all magnetic, they can go on the whiteboard. We have more place value activities. These are place value, magnetic place value numbers. So units, tens, hundreds, thousands. So they can be used to build up numbers. As you can see, all these things are put in drawers, and they're all labelled, just so they're easy to find. And then on top of all our drawers, there's other activities there as well that we've put in, things like containers, boxes, and there's a few drawers at the end here, magnetic hands, magnetic numbers, and down the bottom here we have some story clouds and writing bubbles. And as you can see on top we've got other activities. Most of these ones on top are in containers, preferably see-through containers where possible, so that the activities can be easily identified and allows for quick and easy access. So as you can see, all these activities are all together along one wall, all labelled. So as well as picking an activity that can be student directed or child directed, so they can choose an activity that they want to do. So that's it. So thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.